Without your permission. Tenny took so many campaign contributions from Charter Spectrum Cable, she lost track of the exact amount.
I guess that money was given to me by Charter. I don't even know how much.
Why would we ever send Claudia Tenny back to Congress?
Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Friday night, and while we have a little bit of time on our hands after a end to another school week, so far so good. I'm really liking the new style of public education, where you have some of the kids at home, some of the kids in person, and everything is kind of streamlined digitally. That style works just fine for me. In fact, we're kind of doing that style right now here on the live stream. I thought it would be fun for us to do a live stream for our beloved Noel ComiX YouTube channel. So the theme of our stream tonight is we are going to be checking out some Nintendo consoles. We're going to be checking out some Sega consoles. Now, off the top of my head, what I'm thinking is start off with the Switch and move on to the Sega CDX. I do want to, on the topic of school, some teachers get apples from their students. You know what I get from my students? I get Jesse the Body Ventura right here. This was an awesome gift from a student right here. So now he is proudly displayed on my Commodore 64 1084S monitor next to the Green Lantern and Batman. So, good stuff. Good times had by all. So we're going to start off with playing the Nintendo Switch. Now, I really like the Nintendo Switch. I do not have kind of the iconic Nintendo Switch games. So when a lot of people talk about the Nintendo Switch, they'll think of something like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or something like that. I sadly don't have that game. Got nothing against that game. I'm sure it's an awesome game. But I tend to go for, whatever like Japanese RPGs or fighting games or just wacky stuff from the land of the rising sun that I find interesting. That's what I tend to get on my Switch. So we're going to start off with a game that we kind of touched on briefly in an old live stream. I don't know how much of this game we're actually going to be playing. I just think it looks interesting. I mean, I'm a happily married man. Don't get me wrong. See, like, there's the ring. I'll smack you with the ring hand. Anyway, we're going to play this dating game, this dating sim for a little bit. And then we'll probably shift gears and go into a fighting game or something like that. It's called the Summer Sweetheart right here. And this game just might be interesting to play just to kind of see how the dating process, that whole game is transferred into the world of Japanese video game nerd escapism. We'll have to deal with the game of perception. How accurate is this? Does this work in the real world? So on and so forth. Incidentally, we also have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure going on right here, and this was definitely a perfect time to go onto this screen right here. So lots of bizarre adventures are definitely happening on this screen right here. Well, anyway, speaking of bizarre adventures, there's nothing more bizarre than the world of dating, especially when you put it into a Japanese video game. So let's see what we got here with the Summer Sweetheart here. We'll set up our camera like so. Do. Now, I was hoping to be able to stream a little earlier, but, it is what it is. So, I'll lower JoJo. And we'll get down to playing some Nintendo Switch. Let's just start this from scratch. Shota was apparently the go-to name for your protagonist, but we will go by another name. The name of Jesus' birthday. AKA my name. Noel. So it looks like we can choose between one of two girls here to meet. We have this girl with cat paws named Miyu, and then we have this girl named Natsumi, who seems a little more mainstream. Let's go with her and see what happens here. Now, if memory serves me correctly, you end up like buying stuff for these girls and so that, you know, I don't know, that's not a normal. You don't want to build your relationship on trying to buy someone's affection. So this girl is passing out right here. The cameraman is apparently enjoying himself. No, I can't leave her sleeping here alone. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. You don't want to leave someone passed out on a park bench. Now, then, you know, the reverse patriarchy thing would tell you, you know, if this was a fat dude, would you pick him up and take him to safety? Probably not, because, you know, you don't want to, you could like slip a herniated disc or something like that, you know, or create a herniated disc, I guess is what we're talking about. But, you know, with this lightweight Japanese girl, you know, and I don't know how big, like, I mean, I don't know what my protagonist here looks like. Hey, Diego, how the hell are you doing, my friend? Playing a crazy Japanese dating sim here. Alright. So she's just hopping around. We did play this game, Diego, a while back. And now we're just kind of revisiting it. So I don't know, we're just going to hit start. The free time of the schedule will be used for the rest of the new day. Sure. So she wakes up in the bedroom. Yeah, scamp. Take that. This is my home. It is... So, okay, so... Diego, I found... According to this game here, this Japanese dating sim, you find this girl on a park bench, completely drunk. And you being the kind soul that you are, and completely not criminal, have decided to take her home. So cannibals don't eat her. You know, you gotta watch out for the chuds. You know, the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. So, but you know, I mean, this, you know, this game deals in a nerdy Japanese male fantasy. So there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's not, you know, bad. So I'm going to give this girl, why don't we give her the basketball jersey? Captain America. See, that way you can share some of your personality with her. So it looks like we're in a sitcom scenario. And now we both need roommates, and I guess we'll see how that plays out. Is that me right there? This Lego man? I freaking love Japanese dating games. Sadly, these types of games will never be released in the US. Well, this one is, my friend. This one on the Nintendo Switch has been released. And it's a new day, apparently. Okay. Now, I've never really done much with dating sims, so here she is. So, okay, we're, like, now roommates because she was drunk on a park bench, and I found her, and then I charmed her by keeping her warm with my Captain America jersey, which is, you know, good. Absolutely. Actually, I think I have that Captain America jersey, or some variation of it. Okay, so what am I doing here? Let's check out the phone. Texting is always a, ask the dreamed one for a date. I don't understand. Are we living together or not? So, I guess these are different dates we can do here. We go take a walk in the park. If you want to stay out of the friend zone, go for an evening date. Probably want some dinner. There is no dinner. Beach. That could be fun. Do I have enough money for this? This is where you're getting into the real world here. How much money do you have to charm this girl? You go to the temple and pray for her soul. I could do a hike. But you know, I don't know. Hiking's not that fun. You know, when I ended up with my wife, we went on a date, on a walk in the middle of the day on a nice day. So, that can actually be a nice bonding experience. So let's do this, and we'll make it in the daytime. So she's saying yes or no? What are we doing here? Alright. So, call the girl you want to date. You can date a maximum of 4 girls per day. Ah, that's ambitious. Girls want to be beautiful. If you have a chance, send them beautiful clothes and maybe you'll get a surprise. Yeah, that's not really how this works. You can find the call from the missed girl from the missed call. Now, listen, I'm not saying it's wrong to be nice to a girl. I'm just saying that, starting off your relationship by buying them dresses is going to come off as, they're going to be probably weirded out or, I don't know, think that you're wanting something in return, which is kind of sad, really. You should be able to be nice to someone without having your motives doubted. But at the same time, Hey, Allie, what's going on? We're playing a crazy Japanese dating game. Simp is the right word for You got that right. This is a Simp Quest 4 right here. The Reckoning. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like, I tried to I tried to set up a date with this girl to take a walk, but now I can't, I don't know if I can call her again, though. I don't want to buy a dress for this girl. I just met her. She's gonna, get a restraining order out on me. Although I guess that could be one way we would bond, is in the courtroom. Allie, how are you liking the new form of school? I'm loving the way that it's working. I really like the chill format of basically doing a YouTube live stream and combining it with education. Memory. So we can actually go take a look at we can hop into my brain and see my experiences here. That's interesting. Schedule. I guess that's me in the corner. Natsumi part. Oh, it's morning now, so I guess I can't go on my date yet. So I guess I have to have something to do. Can I play chess? All right. And in the evening, I'll hit the gym. And at night, I will draw cartoons. Okay. It sucks. What don't you like about it? Are you home or in school? Because, I really like it. I actually feel like a lot of my kids like it, too. I feel like I can just be much more relaxed. Not in the sense of not trying, but just, I've got fewer kids to have to do crowd control with. So I've got 14 in the class, 14 on the computer, and I can just kind of joke around with both of them. It's a more relaxed setting. You're at home. You can date 4 girls, and you're like, let's play chess? Yeah. Big brain. Were those dates, or is that supposed to be just the stuff I do during the day? And why is this clock in freaking military time? Couture. I guess it's supposed to be like Amazon. Let's see what this actual lady looks like. White princess dress. Okay, casual clothes. Halter tops. Alright. So I guess as we up our relationship here, you can buy her skimpier clothes. I guess that's realistic, I guess. And the internet is terrible. Well, so the internet's just bad at your house? Or is the internet bad at school? The internet is a little wonky at school, but the good thing about that is that you've got the assignments on your Chromebook, so you just have to You know, okay, so you go, hey, like the internet's hiccuping at school. Just hang in there. If it comes back, great. If not, just, you know, get the assignment on the screen. Yeah, Diego, he's liking the ladies here. All right, can I buy this? What am I doing here? Okay, capsule. Okay. So this is kind of like a gachapon here. Oh, I got her a red dress. I think I said that right. Gachapon. Did they call or gachamon the like vending machine things in Japan? So I guess you just get dresses out of these vending machines here, that's kind of a cool way to do things. Got her 2 red dresses. We didn't get Chromebooks? That's crazy. We got chunky, sucky computers. Yeah, well, in all fairness, you guys weren't very good with the computers, so, you know. Enjoy. I mean, it wasn't your fault. You were good. Your classmates, though. Not so much. So you can enjoy the fruits of your labors. Repetitive red. Okay. This game is, like, hard to control. Ooh, there's another girl. Did I meet a new girl? Like, when did I meet her? Or is this just some girl that I'm seeing, like, in the bushes? Like, what am I doing here? This game is, like... There should be Italian women in this game as well. Yeah, there should. Although they'll stab you. They'll cut you, man. This will turn into a fighting game. Which actually I'd probably be better at, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Oh no, I got her the red dress. Wait, so do I give her the red dress? Okay. Okay, so... I guess so we're gonna play this again here. I was hoping this would be like a text-based RPG. Ooh, school uniform. Alright. There's definitely going to be a restraining order filed after I give that as a present. At least not without dinner first, right? Cotton dress. Lace shorts. Alright. So I guess you just, like, play these vending machines and accumulate clothes for women. And then, like, this is gonna be your go-to move. Like, hey, you know, I like, have this thing where I like to buy women's clothes out of vending machines. I've got some doubles. Do you want some? Like, and then you get married. The end. You should be the man in the bush at the park. I think you weren't here for this, Allie. Like, we started off in the park. I found this girl in the park. Like, she was passed out on a bench. So I'm assuming, like, how I found her was I was lurking in the bushes. And then I, like, picked her up. And now we're living together, apparently. And I'm, like, apparently, like, trying to call her on the phone, even though we're, like, living in the same apartment. Which, I mean, you know, is a little awkward. You know, women, I think, from everything that I've heard, you know, they prefer confidence. I mean, like, it is good to be able to kind of start more casually with the electronic communication. But if you've already agreed to start living in the same house, you know, you probably don't want to have to, like, call her from the other room if you want to up the relationship. You know, that's kind of taking a step backwards. Take notes. Alright, what are we doing here? Okay, very good. Alright, yes, yes, yes. Oh, wait, so now she's wearing different clothes? Evening wear. Alright, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Ooh, more girls. Alright, I don't exactly know what's going on here, but... Call your dreamed one. Is it time for a date yet? Can we go, like... Please tell me this doesn't actually take place in real time. Okay... Oh, well, here's me playing chess. I guess you don't actually get to play chess, though. You just, like, see your little avatar playing chess. Women like dresses and creepy men in the bushes. Well, I guess there you have it. This is a bona fide female confirming this. Oh, good, we're finally on the date. All right. Guess who I am? No peeking. Do I get a prize if I'm right? Oh, yeah, there we go. That's not a bad line. The next line, can the prize be a lock of your hair? And then it turns into like a QTE where you have to dodge pepper spray. And that's not really. I also brought along my favorite book. I suppose this place is perfect for reading. Yeah, that's a good idea for a date. We'll like both read and see who can finish the page faster. I guess you like that line. Oh, no, let's see where we get to go. I'm going to take her to the, let's go to the aquarium. That'll be, like, dark and intimate. What? -50. Sharks are scary. I have a deep phobia that comes back later. Okay, no! How the hell do I know she has a shark phobia? Don't I get, like, a second chance? Like... like what I should say is, oh, well, I'm really sorry. I can completely sympathize with that. What with the movie Jaws and all. It really set human-shark relations back decades. Why don't we go to the zoo and see some friendly orangutans? And then she'll, probably, respond with, orangutans ain't my father, you bastard. And then that's going to be the end of the date. So... Alright, by playing chess by yourself, clones in the library. Wait, what about New Day? Okay. Alright, can we, alright, so I guess you received a text message from, Alright, can I see, alright, let me see the message. Where's my messages? Call records? Where's the text? Alright, I'm gonna call her. Okay, so she doesn't like fish. So we should probably stay away from water. Let's play some sports. Or we could... No, okay, so we did the walk. So we need to kind of up the game to have it not be repetitive. I think sports would probably be good. Beach has got sharks, which she's afraid of. The art street might be fun, because I actually know how to draw. See, what I should probably do, if I was in his position and I knew how to draw, I'd take her there and then, draw something for her or, buy her something and draw her or something like that. That might be kind of fun. Like, do something that only you can do. Yeah, shopping is too desperate at this point. Which, I mean, it shouldn't be, though. You should be able to do something nice for someone. I don't know, maybe sports would be good. But I'm really bad at basketball. But being bad at something together could be a bonding experience. Plus, there's a degree of physicality here. So we'll go with sports. And we'll make it a... We'll try to up it here to an evening date. She know you dating other women. She can just play the guessing game. That'll up her attraction level. Her knowing I have options will make her try harder. So, that's right. It's all in the Bible. Somewhere in the back. No, not really. Oh, what's that lightning coming from the sky? Ow! Okay, let's, Can I just go on my date now? Hold on. So... Alright, let's just go on the date. The free time of your schedule will be used for the rest. Yeah, okay, sure. So I'm just sleeping now. Okay, so I guess... Am I supposed to, So I guess you probably should have scheduled stuff for the day. And then that would probably, like, up those other traits. Am I supposed to buy her basketball clothes? Is that what this is? You can wear whatever you want. Don't pay too much attention to it. What do you want to do now? Okay. It's not very convenient to play sports here. Why did you choose a sports center? Well, I'm not good at doing any sports. It's all up to you. Well, we can be bad together. Why don't we play some ping pong? That'll be a fun game. Even if we cooperated well, I still feel a bit boring if we just play that. How I wish if we can dance here. Wow. Can I, like, start texting the other girls here? Because this one's kind of a jerk. Whatever you do, don't let the wife see you're playing this game. I got nothing to hide here. I mean, this game is kind of... Ooh, I have dinner in 3 days. Ooh, okay, how do I look at my messages here? Is this like? Okay. If you're going to take me on those board, don't ask me. I think our date should be a little fresh. Can I, like, respond back? No, you know what? I'm not gonna respond back. I'll leave her hanging. I'm gonna go play some chess. Where can I go play chess? Maybe I should call her, though. Nah, I'm gonna wait to call her. She's apparently, like, wrestling a giant teddy bear now. Alright, what can I calendar? Is this where I schedule my day? No, it just tells me what day of the week it is. Schedule right here. Ooh, I can't do karate. Can't play Switch. Manor? What is that? All I can do is write and take strolls? Fine, I'll, Oh, Manor, like, makes my looks go better. Okay, we'll do that. We'll, yeah, I don't know. We'll, let's boost my appearance here. And, then I'll write some angry poetry about the government. Why? Why, United Nations? Why? Why? Okay, we'll start my day. This isn't really fair, though, because, like, I don't, like, although it is true, it's like, men are expected to be mind readers. It's like, but, like, how am I supposed to know what she likes and doesn't like? Can I call her up? And maybe I should talk to her now. Okay, so let's see. She likes to dance. Is there any place here that we can dance? There's the beach. I guess you could dance on the beach. And if it gets, like, really bad, I can just, like, throw her to the sharks. You know, like, here's a dance partner for you, baby. See ya. Hey, Mr. Sinister! On Monday, I was sent to a Farmer John factory to fend off protesters. Wow. On Tuesday, they said they had enough people, so I got paid 2 hours for showing up. On Wednesday, they sold the building I was working at, and I seemed to be in a state of uncertainty. Today, I'm at a new location in Compton. I can't be on here much because the outlet is inside and my post is outside. Ah! Well, thanks for stopping by, man. I mean, obviously, do whatever is, safe for you. We're playing a kind of a befuddling Japanese dating game right now. I was actually, we can actually kind of switch to some Street Fighter, yeah, because I'm going to see how this one date works out, and then we'll switch to some Street Fighter or something a little more stream friendly. I'm just kind of having fun. Bemoaning the nonsense of the dating process and trying to throw some comedic absurdity in there. But yeah, well, I'm happy that you found some economic recovery from the nonsense. And it's always great to have you on. Great to hear from you. Great to hear your perspectives. You're definitely someone with in an interesting place with interesting perspectives. All right, how do I get gold? Speaking of not having money, like, what do I do? Like, is there a thing where I can work and, like, get money to take these girls out here? Information. Oh, is this where, like, I get stuff about her? No, because, like, I guess I have to unlock that information, right? Her favorite book is Earthlight. Oh, then let's take her to the library. Oh, it's Braxton. Hey, Braxton, how's it going? I'm doing a stream of an awkward Japanese dating game now. Just as fun as it sounds. Okay, wait a second. I'm going to switch to a fighting game in a minute here, but I want to see if I can salvage this date here. Okay, let's take her to the library. Where is the library? Oh, they probably don't have enough money. Is there a library here? The temple. That's pretty bookish. Not enough gold. Do I have enough gold for anything? Alright, you know what? We'll just play this game a little later. You know, I mean, like the box art and everything is aesthetically pleasing, and the concept is interesting. The execution, I don't know. I gotta experiment a little more with it. It seems a little clunky. Anyway, let's go through a bout of this. Oh, man, I gotta get the game in. Before we do that, why don't we then play... We do some Blade Strangers, or... some Kunio-kun. That's just some Blade Strangers. It's a pretty fun game. Cool. Well, it's good that you're good. Alright, how are you, Alright, so... Braxton. Is this the Braxton that I had last year as a student? Because there's a few Braxtons. So this game is pretty good. It's a really nice 2D fighting game that uses a lot of different indie game characters. And yeah, it's generally some good stuff. One thing I like about the Switch is that you can just get a lot of these really good Japanese games that would be difficult to find in the United States, a few years back. But now that everything is, or even just now for something like the PlayStation or the Xbox, but now this stuff's a lot more digital, and the Switch is really good about opening up its Japanese library. I mean, you could actually get on to the Japanese library directly with a Japanese account, but you actually can't use American credit cards there, so it's a little awkward. But even if you have an American account, you still get a bunch of awesome Japanese games. So I'm super happy about that. And so yeah, with the Switch, normally I'd have to try to import games off of PlayAsia or something like that. But now I can just download it right away. It's good stuff. Now, if memory serves me correctly, there's a plot in this game about, every dimension is a computer simulation or something like that. Nice anime cutscenes. Good stuff. And if the story mode in this game is also good. It's not too long-winded, right? There's some fighting games you get, and the story mode is literally not 7 hours, but it could be like 5-hour story mode, And this story mode is a pretty straightforward arcade game. but the backstory is fleshed out with you know, a little bit of with some dialogue here and there. You know, it's good stuff. And then there's just a straight arcade mode too, and it's just has things like endings. You know, it's good stuff. I'm tempted to buy a Switch game, but I actually just spent a little bit of my money from payday on. Well, actually, I spent money on 2 high-quality reproduction cartridges that are very well made of Akira and Gogo Akman, and for once for the Famicom, dubbed into English, and the other is for the Super Famicom. And then I also got Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival for the Game Boy Advance, because Santino and I have been watching a lot of that. And then I also got a NWO face mask. And then I also got... She looks cool. 2 Super Nintendo controllers. Because my Super Nintendo controllers that I have are not necessarily ideal. This guy also looks cool. Let's be her. Can mess with the colors here. Nice color selection. This one looks good. Alright, starting right from scratch here. It's kind of got a peekaboo boxing style here. Smooth gameplay here. Really nice. I like this kind of graphics here. Obviously, the character design invites the male gaze. But is also very well crafted too, and yeah, they it's like a do a really good job of capturing the 2D sprite style animation. Ah, shoot. With you know, more advanced animation styles. Ah, KO. Well, we're going to have to really improve, because that was a poor showing. I'm going to actually start using the analog stick here, see how that helps us. A lot of these older fighting games, the controls are good. They're definitely not as smooth as Street Fighter, though. But they usually have a little bit of a slower pace. But once you get the flow down, it works well. Like, the walking in this game definitely feels slower than the walking in Street Fighter. It's kind of got like a Guilty Gear vibe to it. But yeah, it's good stuff. It seems to rely a little bit more on just forward motion and button tapping as opposed to the Hadouken sweeps and whatnot. Although I don't know how she did that super move right there. There, we got her. Alright, good deal. Yosh. Alright, I'm going to do my best to get that next door. Thinking after this game, since the theme of our live stream is Nintendo and Sega, we might want to switch to the Sega CDX. Maybe play a little Final Fight on the Sega CDX. Really feels nice, though. It's good to play a new video game that is definitely still in sync with the Japanese video game formulas that I enjoy, that really enjoyed a lot of international prominence in the mid to late 1990s and early 2000s. That was a mid to late ass whomping right there by the computer on me. Oh man, that's no good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is on our Trinitron set. Yeah, Stardust Crusaders. It's pretty combo based here. So it's like diverse enough so that you can't just keep mashing the same button repeatedly. But it really is just a lot of forward movement with the D-pad or the analog, and then kind of alternating between different types of punches. That seems to be the key, at least with this character here. But I don't know how to do my super moves here. And I'm afraid if I screw around too much, we'll mess up. I've been not following my own advice and starting to post not anything like pointedly political, but just things on political topics on Facebook, which is a really stupid idea because nothing's going to get solved. They're more just like abstract comments about the nonsense of things, but it's definitely being inspired by real world events, so... But, I mean, posting about politics on social media is a waste of time because, I mean, the only purpose that it serves is to kind of get your ideas out there for the historical record and kind of vent. But so much of it is just, it's not going to do anything. You're going to change anyone's mind. You don't really have to change anyone's mind, but... It's just it's really hard to have a discussion or even anything constructive because people just go on social media to feel comfortable and opposing opinions make them feel uncomfortable, and then depending on the maturity level, people will just get nasty or emotional, and both of those are not a recipe that I want to deal with. Hopefully our stream works okay. I actually did download a video game on the cell phone, which I stream from. It's a Tales of mobile RPG. And I thought it looked really cool. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to play it, but I thought it looked great. I was watching Pluto TV anime all day, and I saw a commercial for an anime mobile RPG, and I looked it up, and they didn't have it in the Android store, but then I saw this Tales of one. And I'm a big fan of Tales of Fantasia, so, I know Japanese mobile RPGs are very popular, and I love RPGs, and the mobile RPGs are really good at capturing the charm of the 90s style RPGs. So I got it, but it is using up a little bit of memory on the phone, and hopefully that's not adversely affecting the stream in terms of me being able to see what people are posting or my fluidity of... broadcast. Ooh, big Kiki. If you're in the Cortland area, Hollenbeck's is open. That is a really nice place. It's that you can go to in, I believe it's I think Hollenbeck's is in Virgil. And or it's either in the outskirts of Cortland or in Virgil, one or the other. Either way, it's like it's a store with an apple mill in it, and you can go and get fresh donuts and cider. It's really nice. Perfect fall thing. The only thing that's not fun about Hollenbeck's is when it's a fall day, right? So you're thinking, I'm going to go to Hollenbeck's, I'm going to wear a sweatshirt, and it's going to be some nice cozy fall weather. And then you get there and it was cozy fall weather in the morning, and then by the time it's the afternoon, it's 80 degrees. So then you're there in a hoodie and it's 80 degrees and you're just really uncomfortable and you're in a hoodie drinking hot cider and eating donuts on a picnic bench when it's 80 degrees. And then it's like you have to take your hoodie off. And then what are you going to do with your hoodie? So you don't have any place to put it. Yeah, it's just a giant first world problem. But you know what's not a problem is the end of that round, because we won it, which is good. Another thing that's not a problem is Walk Like an Egyptian is playing on the closing credits of Stardust Crusaders. It's some good stuff. These character designs, sure, to make Twitter angry, but that's okay. Looks like Athena from Soul Edge. Either way, she's got the Greco-Roman female goddess soldier style down. Hey, it's Rogue Drums. Had to work tonight till 10. Just wanted to come in and say hi. That is fine, my friend. Very nice. We were playing some Nintendo Switch. And we started off with an awkward Japanese dating game, which we had played a bit before. And we actually didn't do much. We did a little bit more than last time. Just kind of learning the ropes of it. And then it just kind of got to the point where I ran out of money on the game and didn't know how to get more money. So I was like, you know what, let's play another fighting game on the Switch. So, and this is another game that I believe, had played on the Switch in past live streams. It's good stuff. I believe the name of this one, I think it's called like Sword Strangers. We're just cruising through the arcade mode here. Yeah, no, that game was a thing. It looks cool. I like full motion video, and that game is definitely, it's got full motion video. Like nothing like inappropriate. At least not that I've been having advance in the game for it to even approach being inappropriate. But what's weird is like it's a dating game, but it's like it's like it's hard to actually realize what the people like. It's like it's all random, at least as far as I can tell. You know, so it's like you're supposed to strategize and how to like woo people, but then it's like, you know, you don't know anything about them, and then like all of a sudden it's like, oh, like, so it's like, oh, what's a good idea for a first date? You know, so it's like, oh, well, we'll go take a walk, and then it's like, okay, on the walk, it's like, well, do you want to go to the zoo or the aquarium? And so at least I'm thinking it's like, oh, let's go to the aquarium. And then it's like all of a sudden the girl's like, I don't like sharks, let's end this date. And then it's like they don't give you a chance to like have the second choice, you know? Like in the real world, what you could do is like, oh, I didn't realize that, you know. You know, I too am deeply opposed to sharks. I didn't realize there were sharks at that aquarium. I'll protest that aquarium. Let's go make signs and protest together. You know, or you could just say, oh, yeah, I'm really, I didn't mean to seem insensitive. Why don't we go take the walk in the park or whatever? But it doesn't let you do that. It's a weird game, and then you run out of money, and I don't even know. So, all right. Well, yeah, good night, my man, too. Your lady friend's younger brother's doing very well in class, so that's a good thing. And, yeah, good night. And don't eat too much fried fish. I think this is the final boss here, if memory serves me correctly. Landing some combos here. And on the receiving end of some combos there. Yeah, so, yeah, again, we're just forward motion. I mean, it looks like I've got a super move on deck here. I blocked hers right there. The only reason I'm not finishing her off is I'm trying to figure out how to do my super move here. No, that must be it there. Oh, that worked anyway. Did like a variation of the Van Damme split attack. I guess she wasn't the final boss. Oh, yeah, she was. So there's like apparently no ending in this mode here. So, oh, Blade Strangers, not Sword Strangers. Yeah, so there's that. Good game. This is, was this the first person? No, this is the first person. Zombie Panic in Wonderland. That's a weird game. Bells and Whistles is a great Twinbee arcade game. Why don't we play a little bit of a Final Fight here? Yes, glad to hear. I'm making myself custom sundaes and mac and cheese for my dinner. No chicken. Oh, well, okay, there you go. Very good. Okay, well, the Switch has been fun. Although I did say, we were going to play a little bit of Street Fighter on it. So, I know I said we were going to play some Final Fight, and we still will. But I will grab the Street Fighter, the Final Challengers here. Ta-da. And we'll pop that in. Oh, it's already 11 o'clock. Death Note is on. Switch is always very weird in terms of how you insert the games because they're so small. But, I mean, that helps with the Switch being a potential handheld as well. I'm someone who just, I like to be in my game room playing my consoles. I'm not as much into mobile gaming. I mean, it is cool. I do like mobile gaming, but I'm much more into just being in my man cave. All right. We will pop in ye old Street Fighter. And why don't we keep this live stream super exciting? Card could not be read. Please remove it and reinsert it. Okay. Well, that's odd. It's going to go on a little road trip to the kitchen. Yeah, it looks like it's reading it now, so that's good. Let's get a Coke. My wife has been having a hankerings for Coca-Cola, so we'll partake in some Americana right here. Ah, sweet jug of Coke. My son's been wanting to go to Walgreens, and the most affordable things I can get him in terms of action figures are these like mystery box things. And so the only one they have right now is Wonder Woman 1984. So he scored Wonder Woman, so that's good. That's gonna sound like it's gonna be an angry woke movie. I think the bad guy in it is based on Donald Trump, which apparently is also an unlockable. You can get him in one of those mystery boxes. So you can get your own little chibi Trump. Whoop. Alright, let's pour our sody. I see all the cutting edge excitement that happens on these live streams. It's you never know what's going to happen next. Am I going to move to another monitor? Am I going to go to the kitchen for a beverage? Who knows? The possibilities are endless, is what they are. So, anyway. Cheers. Starring Ted Danson. Ah, sweet Street Fighter. So, let's set up our camera like so. We're wearing our Evolution shirt again. Was working out at the gym the other day, and I was listening to wrestling theme songs, and the Evolution song from Ric Flair and Triple H and Batista's stable came on. I was really not a huge fan of that stable. I thought it was kind of pushed a little too hard. So we'll do the arcade mode here. We'll put it to very easy. It's not as low as trainee. Ooh, could be Evil Ryu. Let's be Violent Ken. Yeah, let's be regular Violent Ken. Ken with Psycho Power or Orochi Power. Man, this is really like set to turbo mode here for sure. I don't remember putting this game on this fast here. DJ looking sharp. Although I guess for the purposes of this live stream, it's not a bad idea to have this playing fast here. Get a little more bang for our buck in terms of game variety, and I won't be so exhausted. Yeah, good old Dawson. This game really is one of the main reasons I wanted to buy the Nintendo Switch. Be interesting if they made a Darkstalkers game in this style. With the HD, 2D. And I'm combining looks like flash animation and sprite-based animation. I think it looks excellent. Get a lot of nice detail. Teaching my kids about landforms the other day. We were talking about plains and plateaus. So I used Guile's hair as an example of both of those. It's kind of awkward. You don't have a hammer and sickle on the floor on Zangief's Soviet factory. It was kind of part of the charm of the level. Ah, China. Every conservative commentary YouTuber's favorite place. I did a lot of Chinese history classes at Cortland State, taught by someone from China. They were really excellent. He really understood the good, the bad, and the ugly of China. And he never really took a side. I mean, he was always kind of like, he's very objective. He's like, hey, here's what works about this. Here's what doesn't work about this. He really cut out a lot of the stereotypical bullshit and just gave really insightful analyses. Which is what people should do, but never do. You know, it's interesting to compare this game to Street Fighter 3, The Third Strike, or New Generation, really any Street Fighter 3, because those games used sprite-based graphics. This looks like it's using, I don't know if Flash is the right word or what, I'm not into, graphical programming, but it definitely looks a little more like a cell phone style game, but it's still very highly detailed, and I think the animation is very nice as well. The animation comes off as fluid. I don't think it looks, jerky or awkward or like an Adult Swim cartoon or anything like that. But there is something about the fluidity and I don't know if detail is the right word I want to use, because there's a lot of detail on these as well, but there's not the fluidity of movement of the fabrics or even necessarily all the frames of the character with this game. But the graphics are so crisp and the pictures, the clarity of the character designs is phenomenal. Nice big beautiful characters. I feel like a man reborn. I can never lose now. I'm gonna fight Mike Bison here. Tyson is absolutely my favorite fighting athlete. I mean, there's Hulk Hogan, but he is a fight performer, whereas Mike Tyson is a, legitimate puncher of faces. Hey, Nick! This is Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Switch. So we started off playing an awkward Japanese dating game called, I think it was like Summer Strangers or something like that. No, that's not right. Summer Girls? Summer Sweetheart? Yeah, Summer Sweetheart, I think is what it's called. And then we played Blade Strangers, which is a 2D fighting game on the Switch. And now we're playing yet another 2D fighting game on the Switch, Ultra Street Fighter, the Final Challengers. And that's good stuff. After this, we're going to play some Final Fight on the Sega CDX. We just have been on a little bit of a Switch kick. Pun intended. Playing a fighting game with Switch kicks on the Switch, which we're having a kick playing. This is set on a low difficulty, so we're just pretty much steamrolling everyone here. Vega! Oh, Akuma! We didn't lose a match. Everything's looking good. Well, not so bad now, are you? It's Sam Elliott in the background over there. Erg. Why does this fool cling to his worthless friendship? I could have predicted that his will would resist the force of my psycho power. Arg. So yeah, Violent Ken is from M. Bison's psycho power, and not from the Orochi. Although there might be some overlap. Oh yeah, he's under Bison's control. What a joke. What kind of warrior lets that happen to him? It looks like we'll never be able to walk the same road, Ryu. But I promise you, friend, I'll find my own path. And Ryu, you'd better be waiting for me at the end of it. Ah, love that theme song. Is this an older game ported over? Did this design for the Switch. Okay, so this game came out as Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I actually had this on the Xbox 360, but it did not have Violent Ken or Evil Ryu, and the character portraits were redrawn by Noel ComiX. This game, it gives you more in terms of having the original character portraits with a fresh coat of paint on them, Violent Ken and Evil Ryu, and then a lot more options in terms of things like art vaults, and there is another mode on this game where it's kind of like a weird first-person type thing, which a lot of people don't like. A lot of people, do not like, and I've never really messed around with it, so I can't really speak to it. But yeah, it's basically just Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo with more bells and whistles, and I think the graphics are, they're a little sharper, but it's good stuff. So this is supposed to, I guess, be the ultimate definitive version of Street Fighter 2. And it's a Switch exclusive game. Now, if you don't like these kinds of graphics, you can switch back to the more traditional style of graphics, which is also very nice. Which you could do on the other game as well. So, hopefully that answers your question. So, while the credits are rolling up here, why don't we queue up some Final Fight on the Sega CDX. We'll move our games here and move our stand. Yikes. I really hope they didn't wake up Santino. Our stand fell. It's a donut bench, so, whoa. Hopefully he has his father's sleeping habits and can just sleep through anything. So, not my wife, though. Alright. Normally I set up 2 different stands, so. But that's the wonder of live television, right? You know, in WWE, when something goes wrong, or really any wrestling promotion, they teach the wrestler to really roll with the mistake. You're like, oh yeah? I meant to do that. Absolutely. Or maybe Papa Shango put a curse on me. Who knows? You can use it as part of the story. Either way, maintain a cool, unfazed demeanor. So, we have Final Fight CD, which is an excellent port of Final Fight to the Sega CD. In fact, some may say it's the definitive port. The only real thing that's a little off with it is they decided to put Poison and Roxy in bicycle shorts instead of Daisy Dukes, which is kind of odd. And then another game on Sega CD that we might have some time to play, if it doesn't get too late, is the Power Rangers full motion video game. I really like this game, but a lot of people don't like it because they just don't like full motion video games. But I do like full motion video games. So, what we actually have in our Sega CDX right now, I don't know if you can actually see this or not, but we actually have a Sega Master System converter. And sorry for those of you, our camera is a little awkward looking right now, but I'm actually just taking the Master System converter out of the Sega CDX, which has Zillion in it, and we'll put in some Final Fight. So, you have Guile Sonic booming away. Love that Power Rangers movie, and that game is nice. Yes, it is. So if you guys don't know, the Sega CDX is basically a Cross between a Sega and a Sega Genesis and a CD player Discman. It's really nice. And you can actually play your Genesis and your Sega CD games all in one convenient little package. This came out in the only in the United States and Europe. In Japan, they had the JVC XI and the various kind of karaoke machines and PCs that combined the Genesis Mega Drive and the Genesis / Mega Drive and the Mega CD, Sega CD. Sega's popularity in Japan was definitely there, but it was more of a smaller devoted base of fans as opposed to the industry leader that it was in the United States. All right, so we'll turn off our switch here. And we'll turn on our Sega CD. I always preferred the American Sega CD opening to the Japanese one. I'm gonna hit the. I do like the Japanese one a ton, though. I actually have a Road Avenger or Road Blaster
Metro City,
on this, but I can't play it because it's an American, not Japanese Sega CD.
For many years. A fact which the newly elected mayor and former Street Fighter Mike Hager plans to change.
Mike Hager.
At the center of the problem,
He says no to systemic crime.
Mad Gear controls all of the major criminal activity in the city. When they learned of Hager's
Notice how everyone's like,
action to bring this new
your friends who previously didn't care about politics are now all of a sudden becoming shrill and woke. It's weird stuff. Like, I always used to be the political one, and I still am. But now it's like, wow. Like, ease up on the identity politics and whatnot. I mean, you don't have to. Like, do your thing, man. Not anyone here, I'm just saying in general. People do their thing. It's just kind of weird that now everyone is all kind of high on life here. And by life, it means, complaining about life. Although, I don't know. It's kind of a phase people go through as well, too. It's like, if you take a look at it from, like, the conservative perspective, a lot of the time when someone has a religious conversion, they become very zealous, and then it kind of mellows with time and they gain a little more perspective and nuance. So that's probably what's happening here with left liberal politics. But in the United States, there really isn't a left, because traditionally the left usually has to do with, socialism and the working class. And, the working class now is viewed as, kind of one-dimensional creatures of identity politics privilege, which is sad.
The Mad Gear must pay. She's my friend too. Count me in.
Great thing about this game is the use of CD quality sound, voice acting, and animation put to the arcade graphics. And much better than the Super Nintendo version, you now get to play as all three characters here. And you can do co-op as well. I'm always Cody. 2016 was harsh as well, but not this vile. Yep. Yeah, people just got crazier with time. This game has like the Lethal Weapon soundtrack, and it is fantastic. Lethal Weapon. I heard like Lethal Weapon 5 is coming out, And if that does not have Danny DeVito playing an evil Indian trying to open a casino, I'm going to be super upset. Even sharks need water. He's going to get kicked into an electric fence. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is like, it's similar to The Simpsons. Like, they'll try to mock the banality of the middle working class, but then a lot of the time it's just really, like, the way that they're mocking it makes it seem really endearing and cool and over the top and fun. And so it kind of has the opposite effect. Or maybe I'm just totally wrong and they're trying to be a combination of endearing and critical. But man, Lethal Weapon 5, the It's Always Sunny Philadelphia rendition of Lethal Weapon 5 was fantastic. Here comes the Tubbers right here. My best friend, I've told this story before, I don't know if I told it here or not. When I was younger, I had a Sega Genesis, and my best friend had a Super Nintendo. And the one game on Super Nintendo that I really liked was Final Fight. It was one of my, if not my favorite video game at the time. And my friend, I'd always wait for every Saturday to go over to his house and play. I mean, I'd like the Sega Genesis library better, but Final Fight was something that, you know, was only on the Super Nintendo. At least for quite a while, and I didn't have a Sega CD. So I always looked forward to going over to his house playing Final Fight. So if I get the call to go over to his house, play some Final Fight, his turn is before mine, because, you know, Final Fight on Super Nintendo was only one player, and he can't beat Katana / Sodom, so he then punts the Super Nintendo across the room, and now I can't play it, because he rage quit, and I was stuck without a turn. Just super annoyed. I ended up playing NBA Jam after that, which was fine, but I wanted to play some Final Fight. NBA Jam's good, though. I wish I could find the NBA Jam with Michael Jordan. I want to say I saw that they are making a 5th Lethal Weapon movie. And I can't remember where I saw it. It was, I can't remember if it was like one of those like movie sites through Facebook. I mean, maybe I'm like totally wrong and it was just someone like posting a meme or something, but I saw an old picture of Mel Gibson, not old picture, like a picture of Mel Gibson and Danny Glover both older next to each other, and it was, the article was talking about, or fans were talking about Lethal Weapon 5, and then, me and another person brought up the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, with the, Lethal Weapon made by Dennis and Mac. That movie was fantastic. I actually did like the Lethal Weapon they did on Fox with Damon Wayans. I thought it was definitely good. I liked it. I don't really know what to say about it. The guy who played Mel Gibson's character was not bad. He just definitely looked different. So you're so used to Mel Gibson, and this guy really does not have the Mel Gibson vibe. But it was a good show. I'm always down for a buddy cop show or a cop show that's not trying to be Law and Order, because Law and Order is like one of the worst shows ever made. Like, seriously, I can't stand the whole like pretentious like, this is real, it's so real, you won't even be able to handle it. And then it's just about people getting sodomized with hockey sticks and stuff, and it's like, wow. It's like, you basically went into a 5th grade locker room, took what boys joke about, and turned it into a pretentious drama, and then cover yourself by saying, like, oh, but we read it in a newspaper, so it really happened. It's like, yeah, I mean, obviously crazy stuff happens around the country all the time. So if you just, like, go, like, try to find newspapers of crazy shit happening everywhere, you're gonna find something, In this next episode, Ice-T's cat runs up a tree to reveal that it was sexually assaulted. Here's a plot twist. buy iced tea. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be insensitive here. Like, this is like the kind of crap I would wake up to in the middle of the night when Law and Order would be on. Like, I'd fall asleep watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and then Law and Order would be on, and they'd come out with this, like, insane, perverse, story structure. And I'm, like, waking up to this lunacy, and I'm just like, what the hell am I listening to, It's kind of like it was like the debate. What the hell was that? Our current political climate is like each side's just trying to outdo each other and stupid. Again, like I'm definitely not voting Democrat, but I don't know what I'm doing. But well, it's like the Democrats were acting crazy with all the rioting and crazy identity politics and just generally being jerks. So then people were kind of like looking at Trump and the Republicans as like, these guys are at least a little bit better. I mean, at least that was kind of my attitude in my head. And then, you had the debate, and it's like, one debate performance doesn't really do anything. I thought both of them were terrible. But, Trump just was like acting like a lunatic in that debate. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wow, that was insane. I didn't even know what the hell that even was. So then, like, the Democrats looked a little better again. Just for even just that small, like, little debate window, it's like, okay, so I don't know what the hell is going on. But now it's like, Trump came down with, COVID. And so now a lot of jerks are just, like, gloating and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, you've sunk beneath the level once again of what you've claimed to hate. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like a comedy, as long as nobody actually, like, gets hurt or anything. But, we're just living in this... Part of me likes that we're living in a parody skit. And then another part of me is just like, I'm just gonna keep on keeping... I want to say keep my head down, because, like, there's not, like, really much fear of anything, but other than COVID, and then keeping your head down for that's not what you need to do so much. You need to keep your mask on. My problem with my mask is that I have a square, not to brag, but my jaw's pretty square, and I have glasses, so it's hard to get a good fit on my mask, because my glasses will either fog up or right up on my jaw, so right up on my chin, But I don't even remember where I was going with this. But yeah, Trump's got COVID, and a lot of Democrats are acting like jerks. To Obama and Biden's credit, though, they're acting classy about the whole thing, which is good. Law and Order is okay. It does need to end like 20 years or something on the air. Chicago PD is decent. But there's this corrupt cop angle. Law and Order was good with Chris Meloni on there as a Stabler. I watched like very, very little of Law and Order. My wife is into true crime, so she'd have like SVU on sometimes. When she was pregnant with Santino, I'd come home and she'd watch like Grey's Anatomy and Law and... No, it wasn't when she was pregnant with Santino. It's like after she had Santino and he was like a newborn, she'd have like Grey's Anatomy and Law and Order on, and like he would like just legit shit all over her. He's like, this is what I think of these shows. And that's how I knew he was my son. That plus my wife never cheated on me, but, yeah, he's his father's son, and I love him deeply. Chris Wallace went off on Outnumbered with Harris Faulkner. He's angry at Trump and his mask stance. I mean, Trump wears a mask. He just doesn't... I mean, like, they were saying at that debate, that Trump's like, oh, well, I have these huge crowds outside. And it's like, it's not just Trump. Like, I hate people on the left. They're like, oh, these Republican rallies and any, like, Republican gathering of people is deeply dangerous. And then it's like, it's fine to have as many people as you want setting cities on fire or protesting. Or not everyone who protests is setting cities on fire, but those things coalesce with each other, sadly. And like even like peaceful protests, it's like if you have like a lot of people out there, regardless of whether you think your cause is righteous or not, it's like it's dangerous to do in these circumstances here. So it's like you can be like really psyched for a political candidate or really psyched for a political cause, but COVID's not going away. So I would kind of not gather in huge crowds. But, you know, I don't know, different strokes for different folks, so. But Chris Wallace, I mean, I don't really, like, have any ill will toward him in that debate. Like, I don't even know what he was even supposed to be doing. Like, here's my take on that whole thing. Donald Trump, I think, is I still might be. Like, before that debate, I thought he was a shoo-in for sure, because the Democrats, in my opinion, have been acting insane. And I can elaborate on that if you want. But Trump just went in there, and it's like Biden was acting like a jerk, but like acting like a jerk in the like traditional political like debate style, you know, like I'm going to, you know, distort, you know, I'll criticize you while like kind of distorting a policy position of yours, and then working a smear while alluding to one of my own policy positions. Like he had like the art of formal kind of, you know, traditional American politician debate down. And he did seem prepared, I mean, with his own brand of bullshit that people are sick of, but, you know, there's that. But then, like, Trump's response to that, rather than just, you know, we're in a boxing ring right now, right? With boxing, you want to land, you know, like, meaningful punches. You don't want to just be, like, flailing your arms wildly, and that's exactly what Trump was doing. He was flailing his arms wildly. I think he's got a right to be upset. He's been, I think, treated badly since he's been elected president by every facet of American institutional power. Some of that he brought on himself, though. But regardless, I mean, I get why he would be annoyed, but this is not the time or way to do this. Like, just to go out there and, like, you know what, I'm annoyed, I'm just going to go out there and wing it. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna go out there and wing it, you know, and that's what it can. And then, you know, he just started interrupting all the time, and I don't know whether he's just trying to draw attention to him. So I don't think this was not some calculated master plan. Like I don't think he's playing 4D chess here. I think the Democrats are just like super incompetent and don't understand anything, and Trump is just pissed off, and he's just like, screw it, I'm just going for it. And he just comes off as making any sense he made in that debate was overshadowed by his constant interruptions and ramblings, you know. And now he's got COVID, and you know, I mean, I want him to get better. You know, despite the fact that I'm not like a huge fan of his, I do think in a lot of ways he is the lesser of two evils and does have his own warped charm to him mixed in with a whole bunch of BS. So I think he's a goofy cartoon character with some charisma and endearing qualities mixed with abrasive qualities that are insufferable. But yeah, I don't know. If someone had a gun to the back of my head and said vote for Trump or Biden, I'd vote for Trump. But I don't know if I'm going to vote for Trump. I'd probably vote right in Kanye or something. But I definitely want him and his family to get better. And I do tend to prefer, you know, him as a bad option, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. And I mean, you know, I don't know. Like, his whole crew's got their own screwed up charm. They're also super corrupt, though. I mean, they're, you know, and their stance on global warming is, I think, really bad. I think, you know, if it, like, listen, regardless of, you know, your take on how much of this is man-made, how much of this is just the planet doing its thing. It's like, okay, whatever. You know, like you make your case, but you can't think that blowing crap into the atmosphere at record levels is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be, you have to be reducing pollution. And, you know, I don't know. You know, Trump will say like, oh yeah, I want crystal clear water and everything, but you know, at the same time, we got to maximize profits. It's like, well, if those two things come into conflict with each other, you know, the profits should be taking a back seat. I mean, you don't want massive unemployment, but, you know, you don't want people, like, having, like, breathing issues and having the planet have to, you know, freak out to rebalance itself. He was angry, but wasn't strategic about attacking. That was my problem. I agree. Show who Biden is. I can't stand Biden or Harris. Agreed. I'm with you. Trump is the lesser of three evils. Joe Jurgensen isn't a great option. I have no idea about the libertarian side of things. I haven't followed that at all. The last election, I voted Green Party. I voted for Jill Stein. In the election before that, I voted for Stuart Alexander, who was actually a black socialist. I thought it was funny because everyone's like, Obama's a black socialist. He's like, he's black, but he's not a socialist. He's about as bougie as it gets. And so no, I mean, Stuart Alexander had no organization to his campaign. If you kind of looked at his formal policy positions, I mean, he stood generally for things that I liked, and I'm Facebook friends with him actually. He's a really nice, cool guy. But I think he got something like not even 1% of the vote. But I mean, that was a situation where it's like, I'm going to vote my conscience, And but this time I'm just so I cannot. I don't know. I don't if you like the Democrats, that's cool. I got nothing. I respect your position, but I just think that a lot of the positions that they've taken are absurd with the identity politics, and I mean this respectfully how I'm going to say it. The abortion apologia, and just their utter flat-footed and incompetent response to social unrest, and then just their huge amount of hypocrisy in terms of just criticizing Trump for things that they've done. I mean, Trump does bad things in his own way for sure. But, and then I thought the impeachment thing was a farce. I thought the Russia spy accusations was a farce. I mean, there's plenty to criticize with Trump, too. He is basically just he's deregulating the economy, which is going to have mixed results. And in doing that, he's just basically putting his friends in positions of power, whether they're competent or not. I think he was enforcing Clinton administration immigration laws that were designed to deter immigration. He started using those. People got mad that they were separating parents from children. He stopped that once it was getting bad press, but he shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. And he just generally doesn't know when to shut his mouth and not get in his own way. But at the same time, it's like he at least pretends to care about things. Whereas the Democrats just tend to hold the working class and Christians in contempt. Or at best toleration, at worst contempt, And Trump, he'll just go out there like a dumbass and hold up a Bible and not even know what's in it. But he's like, I love this book, It's great. 2 Corinthians, best ever, And it's like, all right, I'll take this over the alternative, I guess, I wanted Carson and Rubio card, or Cruz and Rubio in 16. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, these are just my opinions, I mean, my wife definitely doesn't agree with them. But that's the thing, that's the other thing. I've found that conservative people tend to be much more tolerant than left liberal people. So, for example, I've gone to Bible studies and talked about Marxism. I've gone to Bible studies, and there have been, Muslims from Egypt there, and, who are just, legit, Muslims, and they, even though, the people there are wow, you're gonna go to hell, they treat them with a very loving attitude and respect, and, I remember, I was at, this kid from Egypt was there, and, they, legit made him a kosher dinner, And then I went to Binghamton University, and it was just people tolerated me there, but the vibe there was much more aggressive and much more dismissive, and could get much uglier, and then could become intolerant much easier. I've never seen intolerance at a evangelical Christian institution, at least none of the ones that I've been in upstate New York, but I have definitely seen intolerance on college campuses coming from the left liberal crew. And I think you can actually kind of see that with some of the extreme elements in both sides, because the idiots who will go wave guns around on the right, they're not setting cities on fire. You know what I'm saying? Violent people are violent people. I don't want to just smudge in all the just protests of people who really are concerned about systemic violence against minorities. That's a just thing to be concerned about for sure. And I think the way you go about that is you definitely want to be safe about how you approach, the protests and the gatherings, especially in this time period. And I think the people on the right who take this too lightly are stupid. But I also think people who are, gathering in large crowds and then other people who take those gatherings as a cue to go start, torching shit, they're stupider. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's like people will say like, oh, this is like such a weird time to be alive. I mean, there's been worse. There's been much worse. It's like I was thinking of like the 1930s. You had like a Great Depression, major totalitarian governments, and then like global war ending in nuclear holocaust. Like, we've got it definitely pretty easy. I think America and democracy. It's American democracy. There's a choice. There are options, regardless whether I agree or disagree with them. This intolerable attitude is sad. No, I agree. It's immature too. I think people. I mean, there's a problem. There's a. I think a lot of it is the influence of Nietzsche on the left, where they just think that everything, everything's a construction and the human will is the center of all things. And that leads to an infantile, intolerant attitude, Because I remember, like, reading articles in college where it's like, tolerance is bad. I need acceptance and validation, It's like, no. Like, we're not living in a totalitarian system here, right? Like, that's totalitarian thinking. Agree with me or else. Like, I can tolerate and love you even if I don't agree with you, And, like, tolerance doesn't necessarily have to be, like, I don't like you, but I'm putting up with you. It can be, like, we just agree to disagree, Like, that should be the model there. Oh, less credit. I'm out of credits! We made it to Relento. Alright, let's play some Power Rangers. I got the Baywatch soundtrack here, too. Could listen to that. We'll probably get a copyright strike. I got a copyright strike on the channel for my Hulk Hogan Great Muta match. I'm really annoyed. But it is what it is. It stayed up for a long time. No one else had that match up, though. And I had actually taped it off of YouTube. I mean, I legitimately taped it off of YouTube onto a VHS and then, like, ripped the VHS back onto YouTube. So... But... I don't know. I wanted that uploaded for historical preservation, but it's gone now.
Is the huge gang known as Mad Gear. Mad Gear control all of the major criminal activity in the city. When they learn the Paggers' plan,
all right, let's play some Power Rangers.
Action to bring this
Go Power Rangers! I wonder if we should have started with the Sega CD instead of starting with the Switch. Either way, it's all good. Putting this Final Fight CD back in the Power Rangers box, that always comes back to bite me in the ass. That's when I, like, go to someone's house and it's like, oh, I'm going to bring over Power Rangers, or I'm going to bring over Final Fight, and then the disc is in the wrong box. Although I don't really go over to anyone's house to play games anymore because of all the COVID social distancing stuff. We had a couple warnings at church because of clips in music midstream. What? They're copyright claiming your service? What the hell is this? It's like, how dare you use a DC Talk song during worship? Oh, sweet, sweet Power Rangers. Tommy! Sega CD looks really good on this monitor. People like to rag on the full motion video of the Sega CD, but I think it looks good. Especially on this monitor here. Oh, it was annoying. Beginner. Creation of the Power Rangers. So, if memory serves me correctly, we kind of have to go through, and the more we go through, the more continues we get.
Who are you?
Like, what are you?
I am Zordon.
I'm gonna hit the lights.
Dimensional being caught in a time warp.
And my name is Alpha 5.
This planet is under attack, and I have brought you here to save it. Look behind you at the viewing globe. Your doubts will be answered in the images you see. This is Rita Repulsa, an intergalactic sorceress who is bent on controlling the universe. With her henchmen and buddy patrollers, she plans to conquer Earth. You've been chosen to form an elite team to battle Rita.
So, you know, in general, I like Super Sentai. That said, this particular Power Rangers was something super special that ranks up there with any Super Sentai. I had to make a comment to people and think YouTube saw it because we have license to use the stuff. They stopped blocking us. Wow, they actually listened to you after a copyright claim? I've heard they don't tend to do that very well. Yeah, this PVM here, it's got, like, okay, so the JVC PVM is like everything is like crystal clear. This PVM, I don't know if like something's kind of slightly off inside of it, or if it's just the way that this PVM is. It's got a little bit of a creamier look to the picture where stuff is blended a little bit more. And for the Sega CD, I think that really works to the advantage of the Sega CD, coupled with the fact that this is like a 13-inch screen. So it's good stuff.
Power Morphers? Megazords? This is just too weird for me. I tell you what,
So Power Rangers is much more structurally similar to Jetman than Zeo Ranger, even though they use the footage of Zeo Ranger. But the tropes are much more like Jetman, you know, with the cool Black Ranger, the athletic Boy Scout Red Ranger, the prissy Pink Ranger. You know, the blue Billy is actually not that different than the Jetman Yellow. You know, and Trini's more like the Blue Swallow Jetman. Ah, I messed up. I mean, people like complain about these full motion. I really like this kind of full motion video game. And this game in particular has got pretty nice controls too. You know, I play games like Road Avenger, and I don't know whether it's just because I'm not playing official copies of them. You know, like there could be like a lag thing, or the controls just could be bad. But Road Avenger is very, very unforgiving.
What do we do now?
Zordon said these power morphers will give us power. Let's do it.
Like, I've got the legitimate version. I've got the Sega Mega Drive Mega CD version of Road Blaster, but it won't play, you know. And I've got the version on Sony PlayStation that I try to play on my PlayStation Mini, and it's just very hard, man. Like, I don't think it's anything other than just that it's just really tricky programming. You know, it's hard to hit the stuff at the right time for the QuickTime event. Another great game like this is Straw. This game looks identical to the original show. Yeah, it is. They basically just used the original show and turned it into a video game on the Sega CD. Yeah, I don't know why people bitch about it. People are just, I don't know, not satisfied. Goldar is such a badass. This was like a really well-written show, too. I really like the rivalry with Goldar and Tommy, too. I'd like to actually get the Bandai Playdia. There's actually a lot of games like this on that, but with anime, like Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. I actually plan to eradicate the Saiyans. You can actually find that on YouTube. It's actually really good. Which was a Playdia game.
Jason, that blood didn't even faze him. Man, he's coming at us. Look out!
Come on, guys. Alright, time for our trump card here. Pun intended. Oh, he's gonna bail. He doesn't like the odds. Things have gotten a little too unpredictable, a little too spicy for him. So he's gonna let discretion be the better part of valor.
Well done. Now that you have become Power Rangers, you must follow 3 basic rules, or lose the protection of the power. First, never use your power for personal gain. Second, never escalate a battle unless Rita forces you. And finally, keep your...
You see how Zordon is like in favor of using strength, but taking the high road at the same time? Having a superior form of strength that's not stooping to the level of the villain. Yeah, that's totally out the window nowadays. Like, people have forgotten that. I mean, a lot of this is, like, I think the fault of college campuses for teaching moral relativism, and I mean that. I mean, I have most of a doctorate, you know, for whatever that's worth, but, like I know what it's like. People have just gotten into being emotional and thinking they're too good for right and wrong. And then, like, Netflix, like, seriously, like, people have, Noam Chomsky used to talk about the Mohawk Valley formula, where television sitcoms would show these harmonious working middle class families living in prosperity. And, like, you know, socialistic people would, like, bemoan that as American banality and capitalist hegemony and all this other stuff. But we've gotten away from that, and now everyone is just a miserable, violent, sex-crazed nihilist on Netflix. And gee whiz, look at society now. So I wonder what the correlation is. So, either way, let's watch some Power Rangers. Let's play some Power Rangers. Tommy looking cool with that 90s swag right there. I love the kind of perfectly baggy pants. Not too jinko, but not skin tight, you know. The cool baseball jersey with the hood. Come on, Tommy. I really wish Jason Frank had fought CM Punk. I think they were just protecting CM Punk, so they didn't want a Power Ranger to kick his ass. And I do think Jason Frank would have messed up CM Punk, because Jason Frank is a competent fighter with a lot of martial arts experience. And, you know, CM Punk is a pro wrestler who trained really hard, but, you know, he's someone who, like, thought that what Dave Meltzer wrote was accurate, and so I think started to buy his own hype, and that didn't work out well. But, you know, CM Punk is someone who definitely put his heart and soul into his training, and from what I can tell, still continue to do it. So, you know, it seems like he's tough as hell and has the heart of a warrior. He's just, you know, not well versed in the ways of the cage. So now many people know that in the Japanese version of Zeo Ranger, the Green Ranger actually dies. Here, Tommy just loses his powers. Tommy was actually supposed to be in a pilot called Cybertron, but then people wanted him back in Power Rangers so bad they ended up giving the role to the original White Ranger, who ended up being the main character of VR Troopers. So, the role in Cybertron. Cybertron turned into VR Troopers. And then Tommy got the White Ranger, which actually made a lot more sense story-wise.
You'll be alright?
I think the last really good Power Rangers series, well, Dino Thunder was excellent, but I think Zeo was the last really good Power Rangers show of the original cast. After Zeo, it all went downhill. And then Dino Thunder was really good. Like, Dino Thunder was excellent. I used to tape Dino Thunder. Because Tommy was in it, and he was a teacher. So any show with a teacher Power Ranger, I'm automatically identifying with. Yeah, some hack and slash here.
Come on, Rangers, we gotta keep it together. We gotta stop Goldar. We need dinosaur power now.
Well, so far so good. I want to say since we're playing on easy, it's only going to let us go up to a certain point. Because I know when you play this on hard, I think you just go like straight all the way to the end of the series of the first Power Ranger. Not all the way to the series, all the way to the end of the first season.
We need a power sword now.
You know what full motion video game I wish I really want to like, but I don't, is a Prize Fighter. That is a beautiful full motion video game, but the controls on it I cannot figure out for the life of me. A lot of it seems like it's random button pushing, and it's just weird.
Time to meet the Green Ranger. Long range in for freedom.
Uh-oh. No. I was like yawning for a minute, and then Tommy like made the Megazord's head blow up. Jason David Frank is an entertaining fellow. Oh, jeez. Gotta stop looking at the comment section here. Ah, man. These times that I'm missing, I'm just doing like little things like scratching my beard or looking at the phone for a second, and then I'm missing a thing here. Man, Tommy, legit badass right there.
I still haven't been able to bring Zordon back.
We'll keep trying. We need answers now.
A guy in a green costume attacked our swords.
He just busted.
Man, Kimberly,
Do you have any idea who it was?
dear lord.
Sorry, Ranger.
Her and Sunny from WWF.
What are we gonna do?
Prepare ourselves. We don't have Zordon to help us this time. We'll have to do it on our own. I think we've only made it through round one. What's about to be a major battle.
Ooh, we gotta continue. Go, go, Power Rangers. It's Green with Evil, Part 2.
Have you guys seen that new guy, Tommy? Thanks. Hey, yo, Tommy. Listen, I know I said I'd work out with you later, but something came up. You know, sort of an emergency. Is that right? Yeah. How about a rain check? Sure. I understand. Cool. I'll catch you later.
Ah, Jason, so positive. That, not positive. It actually sounded like one of Gambit's playing cards being thrown.
Your communicator won't work in here. You must face me all alone. If you can get it.
This is a good scene here.
Surely you can do better than that. If you were worthy, you would take it.
Don't tell me I'm Dick, Goldar.
Yeah, it's a Bloodsport style move right there. That's like Frank Dukes versus Chong Li.
Understand one thing, you pathetic little human. I can finish you off anytime I choose. If you had this power morpher, you could get out of here.
What's your point?
Come and get it.
Ooh, he's throwing the morpher down. Oh, nice. Using the dry ice against him.
So, Goldar, how does it feel to be outsmarted by a human being?
No humans ever defeated Goldar.
We're not gonna change that!
Ah. Man.
You're not begging me for mercy, human, because you know I'd never grant it.
Hold on, stop!
I thought Rita wanted me to destroy him.
She wants that pleasure to be mine, and has ordered me personally to see to his end. So, we meet again. I've been looking forward to this. You wear a Green Ranger costume, yet your loyalty's with Rita. I am her Green Ranger, and she is my Empress. She's evil! Yeah, and so am I.
I remember when the Green Ranger first came out, like, kids were, like, legit losing their shit. Like, when I was in, like, 3rd, 4th grade, people were just enthralled with the twists and turns of the story of the Green Ranger, just, like, smashing up the Power Rangers, you know? I mean, it was some good stuff. I remember my mom was always like, oh, this is really stupid, and then, like, I thought to myself, like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't like this. And then, like, I watched a couple episodes, like, I can't turn away. This is fantastic.
I am the victor. For what it's worth, you put up a pretty good fight. But now the battle is finished.
Come on, come on, come on!
I've locked on. He's teleporting now.
Oh, wow, Tommy. Nice going. You let Jason get away.
Jake, you're back!
Guys, I was way too close. Green Ranger nearly sliced and diced me.
Green Ranger?
I got a lot to fill you guys in on. You're not gonna believe what happened.
Well, you know what? We're right at about the 2-hour mark, so it's probably a good time to wrap up this live stream. I think we had a nice sampling of some Nintendo Switch and some Sega CDX games. So I think we'll probably like revisit Power Rangers in the next stream. It seems like a pretty fun game to stream. Pretty low key, but at the same time engaging. Hopefully we don't get into any trouble with copyright issues with that. I don't think so, because it's just a video game. It's a full motion video game, and we're definitely adding interpretive dimensions to it. It's just a stream. It's not like we're just rebroadcasting Power Rangers episodes, which I don't actually think there's a problem doing. I'm all for people being able to share their stuff and preserve things for the historical record. And if you want to support something financially, go for it. But if not, stuff should be made available to people. Anyway, I ramble on. So I want to thank everyone for watching tonight, indulging my eccentricities, and take care. Until next time, guys, my name is Noel, and I will see you in the very near future. Bye-bye, and good night.